TV? I'm just down here on the floor. I don't want to be.
No, you're okay. So, another Avery cameo, guys. Okay, it's another beautiful day today. We're going to be talking about what I did in El Gimnasio. Let's look at it. What did we do? We started out with French press, loving it. Then we did an easy bar push down. So I call it easy bar push down because it's shaped like an easy bar, but it's a cable push down. That honestly felt super duper amazing. Then we did the preacher curl machine, hammer preacher curls making a comeback, absolutely delicious. Then we did the wide grip lat pull down. Then we did neutral grip machine rows, upper back machine rows, which are immaculate as always. I really hammered those. Then we did the cable forearm work, some dumbbell lateral raises, and the reverse pec deck. You know, kind of preparing for the fact that, you know, Friday there's going to be a closing down of the gym 2 days for Gold Rush. So, got to keep that in mind. Now, let's look at some real science, alright? It's right here. You know what? It's been a while since we've talked about the daggum anterior pituitary hormones and how that's regulated. So let's talk about testosterone, our primary anabolic steroid hormone in our system. So it's secreted by the interstitial cells of the testes, governed by luteinizing hormone. It's the anabolic hormone. It's going to build our tissue. Androgenic. Testosterone reaches the maximum levels during and after exercise and accounts for 10% of the variation of hypertrophy from resistance training. So 10% I would say is significant. You know, obviously there's another 90%, but if you think like on a test, one question was worth 10%, pretty important question, I'd say. So let's think about it. So we have our hypothalamus. It's going to release gonadotropin releasing hormone to the anterior pituitary, which is going to release follicle stimulating hormone, which is not too important for testosterone production, but it does stimulate the seminiferous tubules to perform spermatogenesis, but it also secretes inhibin, and inhibin is going to inhibit the secretion of follicle stimulating hormone. On the other side, we have a very similar feedback loop. We have luteinizing hormones going to the interstitial cells of the testes, producing testosterone and male secondary sex characteristics by proxy. Testosterone levels are going to go back and into the anterior pituitary and hypothalamus to stop the release of gonadotropin releasing hormone, right, once they get high enough. But wait, what do we know about testosterone? Well, it has to be free testosterone. Hormones have to be free and not bound up by a transport protein in order to exert their effects. Protein, wait, what's that denatured by? Temperature and pH. What happens during exercise? Well, we have an increase in temperature and we have a decrease in pH, right? Because we have hydrogen in our system and we're getting hot and we're getting sweaty. Listen, it's denaturing our proteins. Denaturing proteins. So if we denature our our carrier proteins for our testosterone hormone, because this is a steroid-based hormone, it needs a carrier protein inside the blood in order to go, though it can diffuse through cells easily, just straight through. So if we're denaturing that, exercise is of course signaling something anabolic there. You get what I'm saying? So it's important to exercise to have more free testosterone so that you can build more muscle tissue. And when we're talking about that, I've mentioned a billion times probably at this point, but you know, heavy exercise, 85% of your 1 rep max, which is your 5 rep max, and you're going, you know, that's going to stimulate more testosterone release. Because if you think about it, higher intensity exercise is going to be more glycolytic. The more glycolytic you are, the more lactate production you have, more hydrogen release, lower pH in your muscle and then your blood. Then you're going to have more denaturing of the carrier proteins for your anabolic hormones. I mean, as well, obviously, as hemoglobin, as I've mentioned probably in several videos by this point. But by the same token, you're going to have longer rest periods. Because if you're training very heavy and in a close proximity to failure, you're going to just take more time to recover. That's just the nature of it, you know. And if you're really, really rushing it, you're not providing mechanical tension to your muscle, which is important in stimulating muscle growth. at least in my opinion, I believe mechanical tension and effective reps are the best way to view training at this point in time. It could change, but yeah, that's my take. See you in the next episode.